Hello, my name is Jim Dockery. I work as Health and Safety Manager with FRA. I'm also Head of Safety for Tullamore Show. And I'd just like to wish Joe and Chelsea and the team at Tullamore Show the very best of luck on Sunday with their virtual event. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about animal handling and a little bit about safety in relation to handling animals at the show. Due to COVID restrictions, we were unable to do some filming in other farms. So we're going to do a little bit here on our own farm here. I run an Angus, mainly Angus, and some short terms here in the Towra Angus herd. And I'm using my own staff here. I have 5 young handlers and I'm going to use them.
That's Dylan, Adrian, Ronan, Jason and Raymond. So the next stage then is selecting suitable animals for showing. And we have here Ronan and Adrian are walking through the cattle to pick out suitable show animals. So first of all we have some strong heifers. There's a batch of cows and calves, the younger calves there. So it involves walking through them, picking out nice one that catches the eye. Bull is in the field as well, so making sure they're standing outside the fence, that's a safety issue there. So here we have the older calves then in another field with a batch of cows, so they're selecting out the most suitable here. This will be done earlier in the year, and we'll have a fair idea then what will be suitable for sure as the time progresses along. So now they have selected the relevant animals for showing, so they're bringing that batch into the yard and they're going to halter train these lot of calves. So the cows and calves are brought in together into the yard, and first of all, and then the calves are separated from the cows. So they have 7 picked out in this lot. These are going to be put through the crush now. There's a mixture of bulls and some heifers in this batch as well. You'll also be selecting them on age to suit particular classes. So they're putting the halter on. These have been haltered once or twice at this point before they went out in the springtime. So they would be fairly familiar with halters. But at the same time, it's a while back, so they may still kick up a little bit. So Ronan is tying on the halter there, and he's making a quick release knot then that they can be released easy. So they pick out the main ones first and they're tied in with the heads up. Some of them will have heads down and you're trying to avoid reaching over them with their heads up. Once they're all haltered in, they're taken out and they're tied in side by side in the barrier.
It's only taking them up, there's very little hair coming off them. It's just mainly the dirt is coming off. That's the heavy initial muff that you see there. It doesn't take too much of the hair off. So after tying the calves up, this is their second or third session out in the ring around. Some of them are still nervous. You can see the tail switching there. So they haven't got used to it yet. Some of them are more relaxed than others. So a couple of sessions like this works well for them. And it's good to have a couple of calves together because one tends to follow the other then. So all we're doing is just practicing getting them walking. We're not too worried about the pulling and running a little bit, that's all part of it. They have to get used to walking first of all. And a little pull on the rope then encourages them along. So and you can see now they're relaxing, the tails have stopped swishing now. Scratch them on top of the shoulder blade, Ronnie. Under the belly with the hook on the stick, anywhere at all, but the more rubbing and scratching you can do with them, the better. We're just going to show all the touch points that we need to do on the heifer here, or any animal to start out. So we start with the legs, with the front foot, front and behind. The hook will put it forward. Mightn't like that initially, we'll keep doing that for a few times over a couple of days. And do the back ones. Front and back. She doesn't like it at the moment, but that's okay because she gets used to it after a while. And we'll scratch it in along the top, under the belly. All of these are sensitive points, so it's important that she gets used to all of them. And if she wants to kick now, is the time to do all the kicking before she goes to the show. Some of these spots are very sensitive here, up under her chin, even on her forehead. Get used to all of them. Sometimes you have to tip up the nose, sometimes you have to tip it down. And each time just scratch her like that, because that makes her calm and under the belly again. So it's good to be able to let her, give her a bit of halt then and walk around her, let her stand there. Just give her a bit of rope, walk all around her. Still think she's under control because you have the halter on her. She can feel the weight of the pull on the rope. So you can look from behind. She might move off, but that's fine. Little pull on the rope, I have a little pressure on the rope all the time. We'll walk right around her and do this side. Scratch all these sensitive points. Little pull on the rope. Doesn't matter if she moves until she gets used to it. Right around. And then just scratch her on the forehead as well. So all of these points. So there's nearly every part of the animal has been touched now at some stage with the stick. And if you don't have a stick, you can do all of them with your hand as well. Sometimes judges will check the heifer for teeth or bull for scrotum and all that. Check the tail. You're rubbing every part of the animal to get her quiet. And all you're doing is keeping a little pressure on the halter. And it probably comes to a point then where you could actually leave the rope on her and she'd still stand there like that. Right? She's a bit fresh yet, so you don't do that for now. If you keep moving around the animal like that. Now she's not nervous or afraid when the judge walks around her or whatever. She's used to it now. And we're back to the feet then again. And if you spend a half an hour doing that with every animal, after a couple of days they're very quiet. That's it.